Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. Today I'm going to demo and review a new instrument on the market from Acoustic Samples. This is a 1978 Fender Rhodes MK1 electric piano made by the company Acoustic Samples. I have several of their libraries. I just reviewed one several months back called Sunbird. There's another one called B5 which I use often. I've used in one of my videos, but I haven't reviewed it. And I appreciate their approach to making virtual instruments. So this is a not just a sample library, but it's also a modeled plugin, meaning that they use computer algorithms to replicate the physics of an instrument. And they combine that with the sample so that you get the authentic sound and the realism or the playability of a modeled instrument. I appreciate that because it creates a smaller footprint on your RAM as well as your CPU. So let's listen to it before I get into the features. So it has a very nice detailed sound. I like it feels snappy, very responsive to the touch. It has that expected bite when you hit it really hard. I should say a bark, more of a bark. So for 272 megabytes, that's a very detailed sound. Well, 272 megabytes is not that small, but it's not big. I think on Keyscape, that one, that sound is a lot bigger. Or the sample size is a lot bigger. So I'm not familiar with the name of these types of knobs, but I like that it looks like you're looking at the original keyboard, the style of knobs from the 70s. You have your outer ring, and then you have your inner knob that control different parameters, like the acoustic sound of the keyboard. So you get more of that mechanical sound. Electric. I think that was all the way up. So that's the actual DI sound. Then we have our treble, which is in the inside. Basic EQ. And then fatten up the sound with the bass on the outer ring. Very nice. Then we have our vibrato. The outside controls the speed of the vibrato, and then the inside controls the intensity. So you have that stereo sound. I think on the website they said you can have the mono vibrato or tremolo. I love that. And then we have drive on the outside, which controls the breakup sound of the amplifier. That's all the way up. Not sure I like that much. just a little bit. And then we have reverb. This is a Spring Reverb, I believe. That's really nice. I'll dial that back a little bit. Just a little bit more. And then we have something cool over here, the amp sound, because these keyboards don't just run directly in, but they also, some of them came with speakers, 12-inch speakers. I think it was stereo. I think there were more, I'm not sure. But here's that sound. So this is really simple, and to me it has a pleasing sound. I always love a Rhodes sound. But in this section right here, we have more in-depth control over our sounds, and this is what sets this keyboard apart from, say, like a keyscape, is that the level of customization is a lot higher. This is where the modeling kicks in. We have our amp simulator, and we have our mic position. We have different positions: back, front, player, and room, which is going to give us a different sound characteristic. And you can change the distance of the mics. I think that's cool. Let's hear what that sounds like. So this is close. That sounds a little bit more direct. This is really cool, this amp noise feature. Some of you might not like it, but maybe those of you who are old school or purists and like want a realistic representation of the original, amp noise sounds like exactly what it is, amp noise. I'm going to raise it up, and then you'll hear this buzz come in. This is a detail that is unnecessary in my opinion, but I appreciate that it's there because I own the B5 plugin from Acoustic Samples, and that's one of the best. That's one of the best Hammond organ sample libraries I've ever heard. I use it all the time, and they have the sound of the rotary horns spinning. Even when you're not playing anything, you can hear it, and you can hear the belt in there, and I love it. This is the attention to details I think that a lot of sample library companies need. So you can dial that back just to give it some added realism. Then we have control over the amp amount. You can take that all the way down and just hear the direct input. Or just the amp. Let's see how it sounds with both of them halfway. I'll keep that on. Then we have our effects menu. So we have our different options of our pedal effects. We have chorus. Sounds so gorgeous. phaser. Flanger. I'm not going to mess with all the dials. You have an auto wah, then delay. Let's hear that. It's beautiful. Rotary. Oh, that one makes me feel weird. That's really cool and spooky. Tube saturation, I think that's adjustable in the front, but that's that drive I showed you earlier. And then here's a spring reverb. Let me see if you can change it. Yeah, you can change the type of reverb. I think I like spring. Next, you can adjust the sensitivity of the MIDI. Record. I'm not sure what this is, but I probably wouldn't use this part myself. And then this is a really cool area right here. So this shows the mechanics of a Fender Rhodes. We have our tine. I think there's a grommet in there. Then we have our pickup, our hammer, tuning. All these little things, these little details that are modeled can be adjusted. You can do it by note, individual note. So if I hit a note, I can change the settings of that single note. So I can have an imperfect sound, and that's what they were going for, is an imperfect sound, because the instrument, especially if you own one now, it's probably going to be out of tune slightly, or the hammers are going to sound different by key. But you can change the settings by all the notes, note by note, or current note. And I like that. For example, like you can change the pickup distance. Oops, I accidentally set it to the current note. Let's do all notes. Let's go back. Then the tine height. So you'll get different levels of that bell sound. Let's go all the way up. Tone bend seems to give it more of a bark. Bell sound, bell amount. Bass tine pitch drift, real. Let's hear that. I heard the tuning shift a little bit. So if you're into shaping your sound in this level of detail, this is a perfect plugin for you. To me, it sounds nice, and I think they did a great job blending the sampling with the modeling. Right now it's on sale on their website. You can find this on acousticsamples.net. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoy this plugin. I know there's a lot of keyboard plugins. There's a lot of Rhodes samples out there. And nowadays when you put out a plugin, you have to make something different. Friends, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks for watching.